This is your Barbados Today evening news update for Thursday, August 19. Barbados has recorded its 12th road fatality for the year. This after a driver of a truck belonging to the Sanitation Service Authority died on the spot following a road accident along Cleveland St. Andrew this afternoon. Police say the fatality occurred around 3:10 p.m. and involved the truck and a motor car.
Sadly, we were able to confirm the motionless body of a male driver of one of the vehicles involved. The involved were a sanitation authority truck and a motor car. Sadly, the driver of the truck was pronounced dead at the scene. Close sibling responded to this scene and identified him, and we are free to give his name. His name is Damian Lynch. He's 35 years, of Long Gap, Rosettes, St. Michael. Now, of course, on behalf of the Commissioner of Police, we would want to extend condolences to the family. We have closed the road. We will keep it closed until the roadway can be sanitized and cleaned and return to normalcy. But at this stage, there's a lot of diesel from the vehicle along the roadway. It makes it very slippery. So we have closed from both sides, and it will remain like this. We will inform the public when we have reopened the road.
Students and staff of the University of the West Indies turned out in their numbers at the Cayville campus today to get their first doses of the Pfizer vaccine. Co-coordinator of the National Vaccination Program, Dr. Elizabeth Ferdinand, says the turnout was more than expected, with an estimated 300 people turning up. She also revealed that more people were opting for the Pfizer vaccine than the Sinopharm vaccine.
Today we are offering both. So far we haven't had uptake of the Sinopharm up to this time, but there might be people who want them, and so we brought along the Sinopharm as well. We always believe in giving choices once we're able to do so.
Dr. Ferdinand also issued a call for people who have not yet received their second dose of AstraZeneca vaccine to come forward.
People who need to come for their second dose of AstraZeneca, we need to get those people up right away so that they can finish their course and be fully vaccinated. That's one. The second point I want to say is all of those who want Sinopharm, who want Pfizer, please, the app is going to be open today. Go on it, register, and come and get your first dose at least of either Pfizer or Sinopharm.
Now to the latest COVID-19 numbers. 7 males and 8 females are the latest COVID-19 positive cases in Barbados. They were identified from the 1,364 tests conducted by the Best dos Santos Public Health Laboratory on Wednesday. There are 137 people in isolation. Barbados has recorded 4,609 confirmed cases of COVID-19 since March last year. The death toll from the virus is 48. As part of the national vaccination program for COVID-19, 101,371 doses of the vaccine have been administered, and 87,710 people, or 32.4% of the population, have received second doses and are fully vaccinated. President of the Democratic Labour Party, Verla de Pisa, has maintained that her party is united despite the recent public spat with challenger Reverend Guy Hewitt. She stated the position at the opening of the DLP's annual conference on Wednesday. De Pisa said the party will put its differences aside and do what is best for the country.
I know a lot has been said about the leadership battle, and it has been hotly contested. I want you to remember one thing in relation to that. Iron sharpens iron. We are all one. And at the end of the day, we all, like we did with every other contest that we had, will come together and pull together.
The National Union of Public Workers is expected to have a new president and executive by tonight. Voting took place earlier today and the counting of ballots got underway this evening. The race for the post of president is a straight fight between contenders Kimberly Agard and Fabian Jones, after incumbent president Akani McDowell withdrew his bid. And you can now log on to the very latest for this story on all of our social media sites and get the full story in tonight's e-paper.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news now, Bahamians will go to the poll on Thursday, September 16th. Prime Minister of the Bahamas, Dr. Hubert Minnis, announced the highly anticipated election date this morning. During an address, he also revealed that the country had secured over 550,000 COVID-19 vaccines to date and had the goal of being one of the world's most vaccinated small island developing states.
Dear fellow Bahamians, as a result of our country reaching the goal of securing the vaccines we need, it is now time for the Bahamian people to choose who they want to lead them as we move towards vaccinating every Bahamian who wishes to be vaccinated. Your next government will have key decisions to make in enacting post-pandemic public health legislation. Your next government will have to make other key decisions to build on the robust economic growth started on our watch. Your next government will have to make important decisions on rebuilding and renewing a post-COVID-19 Bahamas. A new mandate is needed to ensure that a government is in place to do this difficult work over the long term.
On the international front, oil prices have dropped to their lowest since May, pressured by concerns about weaker demand as COVID-19 cases rise, a stronger US dollar, and a surprise increase in US gasoline inventories. More in this report from Reuters TV.
Oil dropped to $66 a barrel on Thursday. That's its lowest since May, amid concerns about weaker demand as cases of the Delta variant rise. A stronger US dollar and a surprise increase in US gasoline inventories has also weighed. Virus-related deaths have spiked in the United States over the past month. Analysts say that's making investors cautious and pragmatic, leading to gradually softer prices. In morning trade, Brent crude was down over 3%, while US West Intermediate fell as much as 3.5%. Both Brent and US crude have declined for 6 days in a row. The International Energy Agency last week trimmed its oil demand outlook due to the spread of the Delta variant. OPEC, however, left its demand forecasts unchanged. The strong US dollar is adding to the pressure. It's rallied on expectations the Federal Reserve will start tapering its stimulus this year. A strong dollar makes oil more expensive to other currency holders and tends to weigh on prices.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit us at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.